Welcome back to the We Are City channel for episode 2 of our season 3 here in career mode. Kicking things off with a pre-season game against Girona, who've signed Yeremy Pino. What a sign he is for that Girona side. 40 million from Villarreal. Here is Girona now. Krelic, and a great challenge there by Ruben Diaz, who steps out, and here's Rico Lewis. We're going to knock it around the corner here. Back to Rico. Wide left towards Savinho. Up against his former side here. Savinho skips one way. Great skill by Savinho. Back around the outside by Savinho. Brilliant from Savinho into the box. Blocked away. Mabama on the rebound. And David Mabama makes it 1-0 Manchester City. And he's got 2 goals so far in pre-season. He was on loan at Wolves the season. Loan at Burnley the season before this one. He was really, really good there. Scored a lot of goals in the Premier League. And he is the backup to Erling Haaland this season, and I think he's going to score a lot of goals with the chances he gets. He seems very good, and here he is again, scoring, back of the net, thumping it in for Manchester City. Here's Matarina. Oh, great ball behind to Abel Ruiz here. That's poor from Manchester City. 1-1, and Girona get an equaliser right at the end here. Thomas Frank's side looking like they're going to get a draw against City. Good play in the end. Ball in behind Diaz, who defensive is poor. Doyle didn't read it either. Cavalier just couldn't make the save. Full time against Girona. A draw on the second pre-season game for Thomas Frank in charge of this Manchester City side. Well, big news in terms of Dortmund. They've signed Lewis Hall for only 26 million. What a signing that is. And also, Inter have initiated talks with Joshua Kimmich. It looks like he could be on his way there. And also, Manu Akanji is a target for Bayer Leverkusen. On another match day in pre-season here, Manchester City take on AC Milan. Here's Morata. Space for Morata. I don't know what I'm doing at the back here, but Akanji and Diaz, that's poor. Diving in all over the place, and Akanji's lost his man here. Akanji puts the foot in, and Vardiol dives in, and we're absolutely all over the place here, and Cavalier is beaten by a very, very tame shot by Alvaro Morata. He's down the middle. And the new goalkeeper, not impressing at all there, Cavalier. You can see the goal against Girona. I thought he couldn't do much about it. But that one there, the young goalkeeper, 24 years of age, replacing big boots to fill in terms of Edison. That is a really poor bit of goalkeeping from Cavalier. He should do better. I mean, Morata hits it right down the middle. It's with power. But I don't think he should get beaten by that, and that worries me going to the league games. Full time, a 1-0 defeat, so it's a draw, a win and a loss in Thomas Frank's first pre-season in charge of this Manchester City side. Well, Nathan Ake has confirmed a £32 million move to the side that have just beaten pre-season AC Milan. We've brought in Jamie Young, former Melbourne City goalkeeper, on a free transfer, 40 years of age. He's a Scott Carson replacement, a very experienced goalkeeper to be third choice, with Matt Young leaving on loan. And we've had an offer from Barcelona for Rodri, and there is negotiations ongoing that could see Rodri move to Barcelona. He said that he wanted to leave the club. When Pep went, he said, I'm going as well. He wants to go back to Spain. He wants to play for Barcelona, and we could lose him, and it's looking a more realistic option now. We have agreed a move. We have accepted, with 1 year left on his deal, a £100 million offer for a 30-year-old from Barcelona. Where they've got the money from, I don't know. Maybe they've sold a lot of VIP boxes, maybe they've sold half the stadium, I have no idea. But Rodri to Barcelona looks like it's going to happen. I can't see him turning down the Spanish side. We did have offers from Premier League clubs as well, which I won't reveal. But we did reject them. We will not let Rodri go to a Premier League club, and I don't think Rodri wants to go to a Premier League club either. And also, we've accepted a huge £65 million offer from Bayer Leverkusen for Manu Akanji. That means our defence, we've lost Stones, we've lost Ake, and we're soon to lose Akanji as well. We need a defensive revamp. We've got Diaz and Doyle, and we need 2 more bodies in there to help us out defensively. And we need to look at that shortlist we've looked at before. We've picked out a few players, and I've got 2 players in mind that I do believe are the 2 for the future of Manchester City and the 2 for this season. Well, one of those was Zeno De Bast, but I just don't think he's quite right for what we want right now. Quaresma as well, Botman either, and Mika Marmal also. These are all options, but I think I've decided on these 2. Merio and Scalvini. One left footer, one right footer. One a real bulldozer but good on the ball. The other one also a big man, even better on the ball in Scalvini. And the first man we're going to make a move for here is Midfield, the former Nottingham Forest man, Brazilian centre-back. We're going to try and get him in, and he is going to be our Nathan Ake replacement as we accepted a £30 million deal. That is such a good deal. £35 million for Mineo. He is coming to Thomas Frank's Manchester City. He's put through his paces in the medical. He will wear the number 5 shirt, replacing John Stones, but he's more replacing Ake on that left-hand side. Welcome to Manchester City, former Nottingham Forest man Mario, Brazil international, for only 35 million. What a transfer deal that is. That is a fantastic deal, and I think we've done really well there. Apparently, we could have gotten for less. We agree a deal with Roma for Giorgio Scalvini. A £50 million offer has been accepted for him. So 2 real top quality centre-backs coming in. Scalvini's not quite as physical as Mario, but he's a lot taller. And so on, and I think they're really good centre-backs to come in. One's going to partner Diaz, and we'll swap and change. If Diaz plays in the right, Mario will partner him. If Diaz plays in the left, Scalvini will partner him. And then Callum Doyle will be 4th choice of the club. Number 6, Giorgio Scalvini joins Manchester City, and a £50 million move from AS Roma. Another fantastic signing for Thomas Frank's side, and that's got to be at least a B rating. It is another brilliant addition to this Manchester City team. And finally, with it looking like we're going to lose Rodri, this man here, Hugo Larsson, another Scandinavian, Swedish midfielder from Eintracht Frankfurt, an all-rounder when you look at his stats. I think we can bring him in. If we sell Rodri for 100 million to Barcelona, we can bring him in for around maybe 40 million, maybe just a bit more than 30 million for Hugo Larsson. And he is going to be our Rodri replacement. And the deal was agreed as quickly as that. Hugo Viana is on fire. He's negotiating deals all around the world of football. He's been in Germany, he's been in Italy, he's been in England. He has absolutely revamped this Manchester City side to another level in terms of youth, in terms of energy. And our new number 8 is Swedish international Hugo Larsson. And a fantastic deal, might I say. We signed Hugo Larsson from Frankfurt for 38 million. And he is going to be the Swedish Rodri, a big man, a physical force, technically gifted, and good going forward as well. An all-rounder in that midfield. So opening game of the new season will be Chelsea in the Charity Shield final. They were the FA Cup winners. We were the Premier League winners, 8th of August 2026. And it is Thomas Frank's first real competitive game in charge of this Manchester City side. We don't know exactly what sort of moves Chelsea have made in the transfer market, but they have made additions to the team. Christopher Nkunku is expected to start up top, with Sterling back in the side alongside Alex Scott in the wide areas, and Cole Palmer is in there. Romeo Lavia, Ochoaku in the midfield too. Kukurea, Trevor Chalobah is back. Badia Shield, Tosin and Jorgensen the starting goalkeeper. Quality on the bench, the likes of Yusa Makoko, Madueke and Estavio, who signed for the club. But I expect there will be some more new players in there for this Chelsea side. Tactical preset, we know the way Enzo Maresca's side want to play. They play very much really attacking possession football, and that will be an issue for us today, I'm sure. This is the opening side for Thomas Frank. Erling Kyle will start up top with Savinho and Mbeumo in the wide areas. Florian Wirtz starts in the attacking curated role with Varela and Rico Lewis in behind him. Doyle comes into the centre-back role, his first start of the new season, alongside Vardy on that left-hand side. Captain Diaz, a new signing, Singo is in there, and also Cavalier is in goal as well. Only 2 new signings start, and a few miss out in the squad. Only Medio and Dorju on the bench. We've got Maximo Peron, Alex Baena, and then attacking 4 options. Bob, Doku, Echeverri and Foden. Lots of options in this City side, and they should be a really good squad for this season. Well, there is Cole Palmer for Chelsea. Coming up against his former side, he's turned into one of the best players in world football, Cole Palmer, and has proven to be a big mistake made by the Manchester City board to decide to let him go. They should have tried to get him in the team more, convince him to stay and be a first-team player at City. We knew his quality, but he never really got the chance to show it. They do start in a 4-2-3-1 formation. It is Philip Jorgensen who starts in goal for Chelsea. Trevor Chalobah at the right-back role. What we expected, Neto on the bench, Joao Felix, Wesley Fofana, Madueke, Yatra Fofana. They haven't actually made too many changes, and it's sort of starting 11 we expected. Florian Wirtz and winding behind towards Willy Singo here. Singo pulled it back out towards Haaland. It was meant for, it was over here. And Chelsea counts themselves now through Maresca's sign. Here is Nkunku, and he's got past Doyle, as you know. Good strength by Doyle. A foul, a free kick, but he's actually showed some real quality, Callum Doyle. Singo across and still in around the Ivorian. Any good footing by him. Oh, he's pocket picked here. It's Raheem Sterling. And Doyle in the box, and Sterling there, can't win it off him. Back out. Doyle in there again, and Nkunku. It's Palmer the strike, and a good save by Cavalier there. On Varela across. Well done, and Singo back towards Diaz. Onto Doyle, who's been played in a bad position there. I think it's a handball against Doyle. And a good situation for Cole Palmer to hit this. Singo goes on the line. Sterling. Palmer does hit this, and he hits this right up into the stands here. Here's Palmer. Lewis tight to him. Captain Chalobah. Blocked by Rico Lewis, and a second time by Rico. He's certainly doing the defensive job pretty well. It's the offensive jobs that I'm worried about. The ball behind here to Nkunku, and it's well dealt with by Diaz. Into Mbermo. Oh, he spun Cucurella there and then turned back. Raheem Sterling against Varela. Away from him, Cole Palmer, and a ball in behind him, well read by Ruben Diaz. Half-time 0-0 in the Community Shield, and it certainly looks like two sides that are not anywhere near their full fitness or sharpness at all in the way they're playing today. His biggest quality is running at opposition teams, and he does here Savinho. Oh, then he gives it away, and that has been our issue all day. When we've got going, the passing has been poor. Palmer, away from Doyle. Great play from him. Scott with the strike here, Scott. A save by the goalkeeper. Rico Lewis. Verts. Varela. Oh, Rico in behind here. Can he get it across the box, Lewis? Haaland takes the touch. Haaland hits it! Goal for Manchester City. It's Erling Haaland. The first goal of the season for Manchester City. First official goal, we'd say. An assist for Rico Lewis and a great finish by Erling Haaland. Our first shot of the game as well. Lewis across the Haaland. One touch on that weaker right foot. But he hits you with power past Jorgensen. He finds space with Mbermo getting in the central area as well. You see Mbermo occupying Tosin. And that leaves that space for Haaland in behind. And it gives him the time to take the touch and hit it. Well done, Rico Lewis again wins it back. Varela into Mbermo. Looking to cause problems for Cucurella. He's past Mark Cucurella. Mbermo. Burst past him, Mbermo. Cuts inside. Mbermo! What a goal from Brian Mbermo for Manchester City. And it is 2-0. And one of the manager's favourite scores in the Community Shield. Brilliant goal. 2 shots for City today. 2 goals. And that individual quality from Brian Mbermo there. Just shifts it onto that left foot after beating Cucurella. There. What a touch that is. And then what a finish as well. Foden on the bench, who ended the season pretty poorly. Expected to play in that position. Oscar Bob can play out there as well. What a finish from Brian Mbermo. Manchester City have a 2-0 lead over Chelsea. Back over to Vardio. Back out towards Savinho. Back into Savinho again. The far post to Mbermo against Cucurella. They get it away. Midfield clears it. Rico in against Sterling, who gets away from him. Echeverri takes it round the defender. It's brilliant from Claudio Echeverri. It's absolutely fantastic. And here's Echeverri. Echeverri cross it in. Howell against Cucurella. Should have won it. I'm impressed. Vardy in behind again. Echeverri off this left-hand side, who's making an impact certainly. Echeverri skips inside. Echeverri! What a save by Jorgensen. Against Cucurella. He's tackled here by Cucurella. But the full-time whistle is to go. And Manchester City have a win at the start of this one. In the Community Shield. A 2-0 win over Chelsea. And here are the Manchester City side up to lift the Community Shield. Captained by Ruben Diaz, who is going to be the captain this season. He's the leader. He's the most experienced player in our side, isn't he? And he's going to be the captain. Ruben Diaz with the Community Shield in hand. And Manchester City kick off the season with a trophy. And let's that be a hope that is one of many for this new season. Well, Varela starting off the season very well with a man-of-the-match performance in that game against Chelsea. And the news doesn't stop there. Joshua Kimmich has joined Inter in a £52 million deal, which is a massive one. Brentford have agreed to sign Martinez from Racing on 34-year-old for $3 million. More news maybe. Brian Hill has moved to Galatasaray, £27 million deal. And apparently a few clubs are interested in our players, but Nathan Ake, confirmation of his move to AC Milan, $32 million. Well, confirmation of one of the biggest transfers away from the club this summer. $100 million. Rodri moves to Barcelona. 1 year left in his contract. He said, I'm not signing a new one. I am going. So you either sell me for big money or lose me on a free. And Manchester City decided, yeah, with him gone, with Pep Guardiola gone, we let him go. $100 million. They said we could have got more, but I think that's a good deal really in the end for him, especially considering he's got 1 year left in his deal and we could have lost him on a free next season. And hopefully the big departures end here with Manu Akanji's £65 million move to Bayer Leverkusen. City's squad hopefully is complete. They said we could have got more, but I think that is a good deal for Manu Akanji. And there is Manu Akanji signing his new 3-year contract back in Germany with Bayer Leverkusen. Castell's moving to Chelsea in a £4 million move. And where is the Rodri one? I'm sure there will be a deal showing Rodri. There's the Akanji deal announced. Manu Akanji moves away from the club. But the big one, of course, is Rodri. But it doesn't seem that the Rodri news is still in the news. Oh, there it is. Rodri signing his deal with Barcelona. 3-year contract. Mr. Ballon d'Or himself. Thank you for everything you've done for City. It's a big miss, but with Pep going, he decided it was time for him to go. And this is surely and definitely a new era here at Manchester City. Well, more massive transfers going through. Adeyemi to Everton. Here we go, says Fabrizio Romano. Badiashile has gone back to France with loan in a £33 million deal away from Chelsea. Paris Saint-Germain signed Dusan Vlahovic for £93 million as well. And a few other deals going through, but some massive transfers so far in this transfer window. It's been a crazy window. And it's time for kick-off in the Premier League against a side that have actually got a very good record against us on this career mode over the last few seasons. It is Fulham. They start in 11th place, of course, but that has nothing to do with the points. That's purely to do with the letter that their name starts with. Fulham against us. Stephen Bender expected starting goal, who's been an unbelievable goalkeeper when he's played against us. I am worried that Fulham could start us in a bad way this season. With the result against Chelsea, it would be wrong to change anything on the side despite new signings. So we are going to go with exactly the same starting 11 and exactly the same bench. We're going to keep things the same at home against Fulham here today and hopefully keep things moving forward. And then once we sort of set up ourselves for a good base of the season, then we'll start chopping and changing, rotating more. But that team won against Chelsea, we're going to go with it again. Phil Foden, I think, will be disappointed to be on the bench ahead of Mbeumo. But Mbeumo showing his quality with that goal against Chelsea, I feel like he has to start again on that right-hand side. So Premier League action, the first game of Season 3 in the Premier League on this career mode. A new manager in charge of Manchester City, a new era at the club, and hopefully an era that is more successful than any we've had before. It seems impossible, it seems unbelievable that would happen, but you just never know with this Manchester City side. Well, this is the Fulham side for Marco Silva, who sticks in charge of this Fulham team. A 4-1-4-1 formation, and it is James Trafford who starts in goal. Tete, Diop, Anderson and Sessegnon on the back four, with Harrison Reed sitting in behind. It's then Bailey, Andres Pereira, Berg and Smith Rowe supporting Santiago Jimenez up top. No Mikel Oyarzabal, he's on the bench. Savinho just was fantastic last year. I don't think there's anyone better than him in the Premier League last year in terms of creativeness. Wirtz. Rico Lewis in space here. Rico Lewis and City score within 3 minutes here against Fulham. And it's Rico Lewis with a goal. What a start to the season this could be. And Lewis could be a key component in this Manchester City side. In that midfield, alongside Varela. No Rodri anymore. What a ball by Wirtz. His first assist of the season. Lewis just goes in from midfield. He finds himself in space. Similar position where Erling Haaland scored against Chelsea. And Lewis provided that goal. This time, he turns goal scorer. Great finish. Marco Silva frustrated. And Rico Lewis scores the opening goal of the Premier League season for this Manchester City team. Guardiola gets a foot in. And spun by Bailey. On the edge of the box. So a chance here. Fulham. Santiago Jimenez. He just throws a foot out there. Smith Rowe with a strike. And Cavalier with a really good save there, the Frenchman. Savinho past Kenny Tete. He's beat him, Savinho. Skips inside, Savinho. Onto that left foot, Savinho. Onto Mbeumo. Mbeumo hits it! Puts it wide on the right foot. That pass. Back out to Singo. Just absolutely obliterated Fulham so far. And Fulham have been a very good team over the last few years against us, but they struggled today. Wirtz. Savinho. Savinho in, Wirtz arriving, Wirtz with a header. And a save by James Trafford. Using the crosses really well, City. And Diaz again goes and wins that. We just, in the air, dominate him. Varela. And Mbeumo. Spins his man in Mbeumo. Sessegnon takes him down the box. Penalty Manchester City. And Brian Mbeumo has made a massive impact again. I mean, I don't know how Ryan Sessegnon can argue this one. It's a clear foul on Mbeumo. He slides in and takes both the legs of the Cameroonian. Penalty Manchester City, and Erling Haaland's over it. And top left-hand corner, Erling Haaland! Oh, what a finish by Haaland from the spot. 2-0 City just before half-time. And Erling Haaland from the spot gives Manchester City an added lead here of 2-0 now. What a start to the season this could be. Up steps Erling Haaland from the penalty spot. He rifles it into the top left-hand corner. There's no saving that one for James Trafford. And Manchester City lead by 2-0 and deserve it. I mean, this Fulham side have hardly been in this game, and Haaland's gone again here. Here's Savinho. Wirtz. Oh, bad pass back to Savinho. Wide to Singo. Pull it back here towards Varela. Wirtz. Savinho. Savinho! Oh, what a goal by Savinho. And he kick-starts the new season like that. What a finish for 3-0. And that is a spectacular strike by Savinho. And that is surely going to be in goal of the season territory at the end of the year. What a hit this is. On the left foot. Bang. Cross the goalkeeper. I've got to see it from the other angle. That is special from the Brazilian. Verts for the assist, but I mean, not much of an assist. He just sees the space. What a strike that is by Savinho. Over James Trafford. Punishes Marco Silva's side. He make another change here. Falani Arthurval is away from him. Singo goes one way. He's left a lot of space on the far side here. Varela with a foot in again. Jimenez. Back on here. Chance for Fulham here. Tipped to the bar by Cavalier, but I think it's offside against Mikel Oyarzabal. Callum Doyle is there. Good tackle by Doyle, who's been really good. The young centre-back has been fantastic. Rico, Varela. White to phone. A horrible challenge on him here. An absolutely horrible challenge on Alan Varela. But I think it's Berg. And the referee is pulling out the red card here for the Fulham man, and rightfully so. A really late challenge on Varela. Studs up. Slams him. Foden gives it away, and Foden wins it back. And into Erling Haaland here. And back in behind to Phil Foden. And Foden for City. Foden. Through to Haaland here! Goal, no. Save by Trafford. He's offside anyway, Haaland. We're going to make our double change now. We are winning. We are against 10 men. Doyle's going to come off for a debut for Mario. And we're going to bring on Oscar Bob. And he's going to come up top there. He's going to play in a striker role for Erling Haaland, who's been rested now. Foden is there. We'll back heel to Rico Lewis. Doku. In behind to Rico Lewis here. Does get there. Rico. Back to Bayern. 4-0 City. An assist for Rico Lewis. Really good play. And Bayern pokes it goalward into the back of the net for 4-0. What a start to this new era at Manchester City. A 4-0 on the opening day against Fulham. I expected we start the season well, to be fair. I know it's going to be difficult this year. But really good play. Lewis pulls it back. Alex Bayern, what a little poke that is forward. Top corner. Rico Lewis in the box. Nice ball from Jeremy Doku, who's not been that impressive since he's come on. Noah Lang, who's played centrally. Ball into Santiago Jimenez here. Cavalier makes the save. Full-time whistle goes. A 4-0 win. A clean sheet for this Manchester City side. And one that has been built in the image of the manager and certainly feels like we're playing the way we want to. At the start of the season anyway. But as we go on, the games will get tougher. And this team might not always be perfect. But loads of big signs going on the transfer window. We've got Maatsen going towards Marseille from Villa for 50 million. Romagnoli moving to Bologna for 21 million. More deals after these little talks about games have gone on. AC Milan signed Courtois for 15 million. A 34-year-old goalkeeper now. Van Listen has moved to Wolves. We've got Kalulu moving to Borussia Dortmund from Milan for 30 million. Also, Rui Silva moving to Leicester from Real Betis for 13 million. Lots of moves going on. We're talking about Lewis there. Calabria to Getafe. Apparently, Real Madrid would be interested in Ruben Diaz, but we have no intention of selling Diaz at all. He's our captain. And there you can see, talks about Manchester City. Lewis gets man of the match in the game against Fulham. My final game of today's episode, we will go away from home to face Nottingham Forest. The Nottingham Forest side that have made some big signs over the years. They've started the season with a defeat, but you can see there, you know, they've got Koke, former captain of Atletico Madrid, he's in there. Anthony Alanga, Sosa and Gibbs White attacking options. Luke de Jong up top. They're a good team. They've got some good players. But certainly a side that Manchester City feel they should be beating. We do make two changes to our starting 11 going into this game against Forest. The two changes come in the attacking areas. Alex Baena comes in for Florian Wirtz and Phil Foden comes in for Brian Mbeumo. The bench is exactly the same apart from a few new players on there. Maximo Pirona and new man Hugo Larsson finds himself on the bench. Of course, the rest of the bench is the same with the players rotated out. And we could see a debut here for Patrick Dorgu. And maybe bring him on, maybe bring Larsson on. And maybe Echeverri plays. I mean, he's got to start playing some games, starting games. But at the moment, we look really, really stacked in the attacking areas and defensive areas as well. I'm very happy with the squad. So here at the City Ground to face off against Nottingham Forest, Nuno Espirito Santo's side that have done very good over the last few seasons in the Premier League. They've stayed in the Premier League, but not just only that, they've started to work their way further up the league table. It looks like 6'7" substitute goalkeeper Carlos Miguel will start ahead of Sells in goal for them. I knew exactly where the fullback was going there, but he's done well. The ball in behind to Luke de Jong, but I don't mind them playing that ball in behind to de Jong. He's offside anyway, but they can play that any moment in this game because I know he's not going to get away from Doyle or Diaz. Savinho, it's a difficult pass. He's played it behind to Phil Foden. Across the box to Haaland. Oh, Phil. What a ball by Savinho. Bayena, Rico, Lewis and Co in there. He's a small team, but Rico's won it back here. And he plays a ball into Haaland. And Erling Haaland here for Manchester City. He opens the scoring for 1-0. Great win by Rico Lewis. Plays Haaland. I could have gone to Savinho there. I was caught in two minds a little bit where to shoot or not. But with Haaland's quality, Haaland's finishing, I expected he would finish that. Great win by Rico Lewis. And Erling Haaland, as the ball goes through his feet, could have gone across to Savinho there. Kevin Diaz steps out. Midfield comes tighter. Diaz makes the challenge. Does he on Luke de Jong? No, he's away from him. And Singo, and Luke de Jong hits one. Cavalier makes the save, but the midfield too there. Just going to be a little bit more narrow. Right to Savinho. Into Foden. Lets it run. Foden on the turn. Oh! Would have been a fantastic goal for Phil Foden, but he puts it wide. And Varela holds it really well. Bayena. Rico. Savinho. Back to Haaland here. Haaland hits it, blocked away. Foden on the volley. Smashed into. City get it back. Rico Lewis and back wide to Singo. Foden. Varela. Bayena. Again wide towards Savinho. Savinho into the box. Haaland is there. Another fantastic block by the opposition. Savinho. Across the box again. Blocked away again. Behind from the corner. City pushing. Luke de Jong off now for this man who comes on for Forest by the name of Kyogo Fudiashi. Bayena, great feet by Bayena. He's passed 1 or 2 here, Bayena. Harry Richards tackles in. Foden a strike here. City take the lead 2-1 or 2-0. We're a bit lucky there. Foden scores. He's just stood there in the right position. They tackle Bayena. Then they just kick it straight back to him, do they? Kick it into him. It falls to Phil Foden. On the turn, hits it first time past the goalkeeper. So, ball behind to Kyogo here. Doyle's in there, and Callum Doyle's give away a penalty against Kyogo Fudiashi. Well, maybe this is where Doyle starts coming out of the team. His first mistake as a City player. Foot in there. It's a late one, and it's a chance now for Gibbs White. Gibbs White! And Cavalier makes the save. Cavalier makes a brilliant save from the spot. White to Echivere. Echivere. Cross comes in, blocked away. He keeps it at number 10. Pulling from Echivere. Echivere runs into the box here. They create space for him. Echivere! Saved by Miguel. Back into Savinho. Diaz. Bayena. And Burmo is in there! Good defending by Carlos Miguel. And we're going to make a good goalkeeper. And last change. We've got one more change. We're going to bring on Florian Wirtz for Bayena. Tail his second half, really giving the ball away. Larson trying to cover that space. Good block by Diaz, gives it straight back to them. Chancey for a 1-year and a good save by Cavalier again. Ball in, near post. Vardiel away across his own box here. Chance for Kyogo and Burmo lumps it. Savinho takes it. Full-time whistle goes. We end the episode with a 2-0 win over Nottingham Forest. All 3 points come Manchester City's way. And we haven't conceded a goal in today's episode, which is fantastic. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. What a fantastic performance from Manchester City. And I am very excited for what this season holds. In Season 3, a new era. We'll see you guys next time.